What you're viewing right now is a notebook in NotebookLM, and hopefully you've received an emailed invitation with a link to this notebook or to a similar notebook. This is just an example of how the notebook appears and some of the functions associated with the notebook. This sample is for a commemorative speech. Now, you might have a commemorative speech in your course, and you might not have a commemorative speech in your course. But again, this is just a sample. When you arrive at the page, you'll see in the center the title of the page. And below that is a short description of the assignment, right? And then below that, you'll see some sample questions, and you'll see a chat bot at the very bottom that you can type questions of your own in to find out about the assignment, any specific or general questions that you have. The sources on the left-hand side are the only sources that are used in this notebook. So I've uploaded just 7 sources for this assignment for the commemorative speech, and if you ask a question of the chatbot, it will only access those sources for the response. So let's try one of the random questions, the sample questions. Explain the specific formatting. And it takes them a little bit because they're reading all these sources. And they do a pretty quick job reading them, much quicker than I could or probably than you could, I'm not sure. And they give you a pretty concise response of the specific formatting rules for the manuscript template. And it's 20-point font. There are specifics for the margins, right? And there's also sentence structure and placement and bolding, alternate bolding. That's all available in here. And you can ask follow-up questions, right? But also, you see the numbers after the specific facts or the specific elements. If you roll your cursor over the number, or if you click on the number, it will show you the source that it got the information from on the left side in the sources area, right? So you can click on any of the sources and it will show you that source. Maybe it'll show you another source, and sometimes it'll highlight the information that it's using from that source. And you can see the source on the top, so that allows you to go back to Lamaku and find that specific source in Lamaku if you want to read it further. You can also read it here in Notebook. And again, if you have follow-up questions, you can ask those. Or they have more specific questions that you can ask. They even have sample follow-up questions, right, about how do the alternate bolding rules work for speech delivery. So if you click on that, it thinks for a little bit, it reads all the sources, and it comes up with an answer for that. Right? So you scroll down. How do the alternate bolding rules? Oh, wow. Let's see. It's designed to help your mind's eye track the place you are in the manuscript. So there's a specific reason for it, and you can find that out. And you can also, again, find out where that information came from. So it was in the Google document, and that specific information was highlighted. So you can read that. Also, on the right side, there are some interactive components. There's usually a video overview that's probably available in Lamaku. You can watch that video. But what I really like, and what you can only get in NotebookLM, is the interactive podcast, right? They're going to talk about the course, and you play
Aloha, and a really huge warm welcome to you, specifically if you are a student at the University of Hawaii Maui College.
Yes, welcome. We are so glad you're here.
Especially if you are currently navigating the waters of the Speech 151 course.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're tuning into this deep dive today,
They're going to talk about it.
Staring down the barrel of the commemorative.
They're going to let you know.
Right.
You can
And,
ask questions
if you're like most students, you
by
probably
clicking
opened
on
that
Join.
module, saw the sheer. Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
Will you tell me about the framing for this speech and what the rules are? How do we frame our video?
That is a fantastic question.
And it is completely understandable.
Because the instructions about framing are incredibly specific.
Okay, let's unpack this right now because it is an absolute non-negotiable.
We want to make sure you get that solid gold grade on framing.
The professor really, really cares about this.
There are 3 main rules.
So they talk about it in great depth. You can ask it whatever questions you want. And again, it accesses only the sources that are available in the notebook that I've uploaded. It's not I don't think it's as comprehensive as the text response that you can get in the chat bot. And it doesn't have the sources that you can click on and find out where the information came from so that you can find out more about that. This is just an opportunity for you. I hope you follow the link. I hope you try this out. And I hope you let me know if this has been beneficial for you. My goal is your success in this class. Please, if you have any questions, I'm not trying to replace me, Ron, with the NotebookLM. I'm just giving you other opportunities to find information. If you do have any questions or if you need clarification, you can always email me. My goal is your success. Thanks for joining me for this notebook demonstration. I look forward to your continued success in our class. Aloha.